The double lift, as the name suggests, is a card slide where two cards are turned over as one. This technique can be said to be the most basic yet very important in card magic, and it is one of the slides you must learn if you study card magic. Many magic routines, such as the classic ambitious card, heavily utilize combinations of the double lift. In today's video, I will give you a detailed explanation of 3 commonly seen double lifts, and the last one I believe is the simplest, most practical, and best suited for beginners. The first is the David Blaine double lift. First, hold the deck in your left hand in this position. Then use the thumb of your right hand to secretly count 2 cards on top of the deck. And use the pinky of your left hand to insert and create a break. At this point, the first detail comes in. Many people use their thumb to count cards by lifting them up. From the audience's perspective, this action becomes very obvious, so the real core of using the thumb to count cards is like this. First, the right hand gently holds the first card like this. Then the left hand pulls down the back half of the other cards. Then the right thumb simultaneously lifts the second card while the left hand continues to pull down the back half of the remaining cards, and the pinky of the left hand inserts to create a break under the second card. The purpose of this action is to keep the top card as still as possible. So from the audience's perspective, the motion of counting cards is much smaller. However, performing this card counting action in front of the audience still has some minor flaws. So when doing this action, you can talk, while adding some slight hand movements and small gestures to distract the audience's attention. This way, you can seamlessly complete the preparation on both sides without anyone noticing. Next is the second small detail. When creating this gap, do not insert the entire small frame. From the audience's perspective, this would be very obvious. We only need to insert a small part of the flesh of the fingertip into the frame. After completing this preliminary preparation, you can start with both sides. First, hold the 2 cards on top of the gap with your right hand in this position, using your ring finger and thumb to grip the top and bottom. Using the lower left corner of these 2 cards as a pivot point. Press against this position with your left hand, then pull the cards out at an angle, while your right index and middle fingers gently press against this spot. Place your right thumb open under the cards at this position, relying on your left hand. This position is clamped with your right ring finger. Then push up with your right thumb, press down with your index and middle fingers, using this position as a pivot point to rotate the cards. At this point, these 2 cards are held in place by these 3 positions to prevent them from spreading apart. Next, gently press this position with your right thumb to secure the 2 cards, and you can take them out. After displaying the cards, the next step is to put the cards back. First, align the long edges of the cards. Then, release your right thumb, and let the cards fall naturally. Next, let's do it smoothly in one go. In conclusion, the advantage of this double lift is that it's simple and easy to learn, and it uses the action of rotating the playing cards to suggest that there's only one card. However, the downside is that it doesn't look natural, as no one would actually flip cards like this in real life.